Good Wednesday evening. Welcome to Waaaay Offsides. I am Jeff. He's Chris. We're here tonight on this Wednesday night, pop-up night. Got something going down. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Appreciate y'all in the chat. Roll Tide, everybody in the chat. Hopefully we get some action there tonight. Give us a little bit of feedback. Chris, what's up, brother?
Oh, just getting ready to eat some turkey tomorrow. That's it.
Yeah. Everybody's got to go to bed early tonight.
Yep.
Gotta get ready. Got a big one tomorrow.
Oh yeah. And then we got a big weekend.
Yeah, we do. We do. Also got a big game basketball tonight. That was a big game last night. Not sure if anybody caught that game last night, but
who are they playing in the tournament tonight?
Playing Rutgers tonight.
Rutgers.
So they might have to look over their shoulder, man. A couple of my cousin Vinny's might be up there.
Yeah.
Out there in Vegas, Rutgers, Vegas. If you see Big Vito in the front row, you might know something's up.
Yeah, something's up. And the funny thing is, there's a lot up in recruiting right now. It's getting busy.
It's getting busy. We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Well, a lot of people, Justin Hill, he finally said he's locked. He's got it. Dijon Lee's locked in, AK's locked, Russell's locked, Luke Metz, Jackson Lloyd. They're signing. Every one of them said they're signing. So I guess the big news,
the most important one of all.
Yeah. Who is that?
QB.
Yep. Well, we know he is.
He's recruiting, actively recruiting. I think he's pretty locked in.
And the way it's looking, of course, everybody wants Justice Terry, but we know he's a Georgia lock.
This is
guaranteed. True, and it is true. But I'm pretty sure Terry's locked to Georgia. But everyone is crystal balled Meadows to Bama.
It's good. Yeah, we've been on our Whoop chart.
Yeah, we did.
We were all over Meadows to Bama, and then he committed to LSU. And like Lance said, these guys commit to 5, 6, 7 places before they ever sit down and sign their name. So it really means jack until that
it all does.
Paper.
It all does. But I was surprised to get the Meadows news.
I was too.
Because I thought he was locked at LSU, but apparently not.
Well, Underwood dipped out. I think maybe Meadows was like,
what should I do?
Where's another place that dynamic possible franchise QB is going to land? Oh, right, down here. Now, let me go back and check when Debo's got a quarterback that can run his offense. Let's see what these. Oh wow, put 2 guys in the NFL. Jeez.
Yeah. Well, the thing is we know how it is. NIL. Everybody's throwing bags, but what do you think happened? You think LSU pulled a bag or Bama threw a bag?
I don't know that LSU pulled the bag. I think, like I said, I've got no knowledge of this, no insight, and nothing. This is just my gut. Everything is just eyeballs and what my gut is telling me. And yes, I agree. Red zone nightmare, I think. But yes. I believe that Underwood flipping. I think, like I said, no confirmation of this, but I think Meadows may have taken a step back and said, okay, I'm not going to go to Michigan. I don't want to go to Michigan.
Well,
there's some place I know the offense is going to be a priority and they're going to have an elite QB.
Yeah. Let me tell you, we've said it, and I said it before we even started the show, before we even started a podcast and was on Spotify. I told him, I said, NIL is fixing to just, I don't like it. I didn't like it when they were talking about it. And with it and the transfer portal, It's garbage because you can basically do what you want. Oh, well, I'm tired of playing here. I don't like the way the coach talked to me. I'm out. So
I agree.
But money is a big factor, and I think your 3 stars and your other guys, they just want to play. Money, I don't think money is a factor to them. But when you got 4 and 5 stars, especially, or 5-star pluses, they know they can make it now.
You know what? The problem really seems to come in is what people are telling these guys they are.
Yeah.
You know, they might be a 3-star, but they got unk in their ear telling them that they're better than that. And then so, they start thinking different. Like you said, they start making business decisions.
Yep. And in a way, it is a business decision, but at the end of the day, it used to be about who could get you to the next level and getting an education, and now I think some of these guys, maybe they don't care about going to the next level if they can make $2 or $3 million in college.
Because here's the deal: the NFL will expose you
quick.
If you lack in work ethic, if you lack in focus, if you lack in general skill and talent, you get exposed quick in the NFL.
Yes.
And, maybe these guys know that. Maybe they realize that I don't want to put the work in that it's going to take to play in the NFL. I've already made XYZ in the last 4 years. Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
And those that don't pay.
Yeah.
And so some of these guys might, that's why some of these guys stay in college for 7 years. How many guys that know they can play in the league stay in college for 5 years? Not many.
Not many.
But most of them, when they realize they can play in the league and they get feedback saying they can play in the league, they gone.
Yeah, they and let's face it, dude. Let's if hypothetically speaking, and let's just, for example, we know Jalen Milroe's making a lot of money right now. If I don't know, let's just say Dreamland Barbecue said, "Hey, you play your last year of eligibility at Bama, and we'll give you, $2.5 million." What do you do? Do you stay, or do you say, "No, I'm gonna take my chances in the league"?
True.
I know what I'm doing. So
yeah,
I mean, it's business. That's all it is now, and in 5 years, none of us will probably watch college ball.
It won't be college ball anymore.
No,
it'll be quite different. But yeah, Lance is right. Cam Ward, incarnate word for 2 years, and then and then he was somewhere before Miami, and then he comes to Miami. He's going to be a top 5 pick probably, because I think the quarterback draft class this year is thin. I mean, at one point, Jalen was top 3.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wants to. I think my opinion with Jalen is if he wants to play in the NFL, I think he needs to go ahead and go and start
and be a running back. Yeah.
There's a difference in being a running quarterback and just being able to step back and play running back. It's a mindset. Yeah. It's a different mindset, and I don't know.
Anyway, I'm not really going to talk about Jalen Milroe, because when you do, people jump on you and they hate you.
Man, you get eviscerated.
Yep.
You get eviscerated if you criticize their play. It's not even you're not even talking about the person. You're saying he played bad.
Yep.
He's played bad, and then you just get slaughtered.
Yep. And here's the way it goes, and we're all on X, Twitter, whatever we're calling it these days. And it's. I mean, let's be real. It's like, and it's. You can't criticize the players. You can't criticize the coaches, which I have a different stance on our coaching staff, and I'm not going to get into that tonight because I'll get burned and hate mail, and somebody will ship a horse head to my front door, and you know.
You can just go out and make an ass out of yourself like Legend did the other day.
Man, did he ever! I mean, I know we've had him on the podcast before we come on here on the YouTube, and he's a cool guy, but man, I'm like, come on, man,
that was ridiculous.
I mean, it's like some of these people, I think they do it for the attention.
Some do. You know? I believe in his passion. I believe he genuinely was pissed off, but you know, can't quit on the coach and 11 games into his first year. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, Saban knew this roster was what it was. That's why he quit.
Yeah. And
the reason he quit on the team, if he thought this team could win a ring, he would not have walked out. If he thought we were literally on the cusp of a championship, despite getting to that game against Michigan.
Because I don't think you can have any normal fans. Hell, I'm not a normal fan. Jeff's not a normal fan. Cotton is definitely not a normal fan.
No, he is not.
No. He doesn't
fuss the other night. Chris was having to talk him off the ledge the other night. And he was like,
oh man.
That's funny.
Let's see. I'm gonna get to some of these comments here.
What were we talking about? Cotton was he was so nervous about it. It was something about some recruits or some.
I know it. He worries about this.
Something.
Jay Walker, you're right. He did. AJ said it, and I don't think a lot of people like it, but it is what it is.
It's what it is.
I mean, it's the truth.
That's been our fear for 2 years now.
Yep.
And the biggest critique and the biggest fear going in to this era.
Yep. That's it, Tim, right there.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely agreed. That's that's big time, that second contract. I agree. That's why he walked out the door.
I think I think it was a snowball of that. NIL really taking over the game. And if I'm not mistaken, after the Michigan game, didn't a player come up to him and say, "Hey, you know,
what did he say?
I want this much, or I'm out."
He said he came into his office and was asking something. I mean, that's what he said. He didn't say the name, but that's what he said.
Let's see. What is Zachary? Are you
offering?
Are you on it, or offering, or?
Need a little more context.
Yeah, that's or is that maybe
calls here?
I wonder if that's a safe word. Maybe we should call it. I don't know.
You're in trouble.
Lance, you're right. And I mean, if I'm a team, I'm sorry, I don't care. I'm going to stand behind my quarterback because he's supposed to be the leader of the team. But I've been there before, and what you should want is to win. I mean, you can win, and you can win with several different players. So it's and I have my own theory on why the board didn't pull him. But I just I hope he's either hitting the portal or hitting the draft at the end of the year.
I mean, I wish him all the best. I don't think him quarterback in Alabama in DeBoer's system for 13 more games next year is going to do him any good. I don't. What's that going to do for his draft stock? It's not going to prep him anymore for the NFL. No. If he wants to start develop as an NFL quarterback, he needs to go on to the NFL and be on an NFL team getting developed and
that's right
in film and doing those the whatever that they do in the NFLs, to start learning and developing at that level.
let me interrupt you.
Yes.
Jay Baker,
Hill's locked down.
Justin Hill is locked down. He closed his commitment yesterday. He said he's done. He's locked in at Bama. I'm actually reading notes right here about it. Some people on Twitter are way behind. They're just now breaking the news. As far as who's on flip watch, all I know of is Ty Haywood.
Oh, come on, Ty. Don't do it, man.
That's the only one I know of.
Don't do it, Ty.
But other than that, I think we're gonna be okay.
Need Ty to stick, man. We need the left tackle. We need that left tackle protecting Keelan's blind side. He'll have a path to that spot.
Let's see. Look at the last half of Mercer.
Right. I mean, there's a.
No place.
I said this all last year on Couchcasters that when I just noticed, not last year, but during the spring, that when Ty Simpson was in the game, there was a lot more formation shifts. Even last year, when Ty Simpson was in the games, there was a lot more formation shifts. But especially in the spring, watching spring, the A-Day, watching spring stuff and whatnot, and even the mop-up duties when they let him throw, that there seems to be a lot more formation shifts when Ty's in the game. Now, I don't know. I'm not going to speculate why that is. Maybe there's not. Maybe it's just my eyes playing tricks on me. But all I can say is what I see, and I see and I say it. So I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just my eyes playing tricks on me, which could be the case. But it just seems that way. I don't know. I'm not saying and here's the thing with Ty, like I'm kind of with you on this, Lance. Like Lonergan is where I'm leaning, but here's the thing about Ty, man, is he's had 2 completely different staffs, 3 offensive coordinators, and he has not gotten on the field. And why is that? Why can't this guy, between 2 staffs and 3 coordinators, beat out Milroe, who is a runner trying to play quarterback? Why is that? Austin Mack could be the guy next year. He looked good in that, in that mop-up duty against Mercer. Maybe he is the guy. I always thought they brought Mack in as kind of a teacher of the DeBoer system to the quarterbacks. My initial thought was that Mack wasn't a real option to wasn't a real option to play. Was more as what I thought Buckner was going to be for Tommy Reese's offense last year, which turns out he was useless. So, but then Matt came in and threw that great ball. Rico Scott, nice catch, nice throw, nice catch. I mean, so, he's going to be in the mix. But I think next year, going into spring, the quarterback depth chart needs to be wiped clean, and everybody comes in with a clean slate. Keelan, Lonergan, if Ty's around, Ty, and Austin Mack, those 4, if Ty's around. So anyway.
Yeah. Let me touch on this question. Tim, I wasn't sitting here when you posted it. I don't know what kind of weird feels he's giving you, but I can tell you this: the kid's I don't think he'll flip. He's a pretty solid guy. I don't let into much. I don't let my secrets out, but I talk to a lot of coaches here locally. Some of them pretty well known in the college and high school world. I think we're going to be okay with the Bows. I don't see anything. Let's see. I'm trying to go through these comments, guys. When Jeff gets back, we'll move on and talk about some things. Let's see. Mac Team Mutiny. This right here. That's it right there, Ann. Roll Tide. Everybody needs to stand behind them no matter what. And I think for the most part people do, but I mean, I'm going to support them either way. It doesn't matter who's in there. Yeah, I'm going to get irritated, and I'll call it like I see it. But you know, some fans are a little overboard. Let's see. No, we don't look at the portal for quarterback. I don't know if Jeff touched on that. I had to step away. But no, I think we're going to be okay. One thing. Here's one thing. Eric, I think Haywood. I think he's going to flip to Michigan. I think there's no way around that. But a lot of things that people don't comprehend it the way I do. Kalen DeBoer is playing with a team full of kids that he did not recruit. None of them really fits his system, and that's why you're seeing the recruits that are committing to him because they fit his system, his offense. It's something you gotta understand. Yeah, we've got 3 losses this season, and everybody, I've seen a million people on Twitter and YouTube. They say, well, he took over a dynasty. He needs to keep the ship upright. But I mean, let's be real. You're going to take on a little water, and then when you get it out, everything's going to be okay. I think the kids coming in, they're going to fit his system, especially the receivers and the quarterbacks. I think next season, the quarterback competition in the spring, I think it's going to be a what's the word Jim Ross used to use in WWE? It's going to be a slobber knocker. So we're going to see. This right here. That right there. That's a lot to do with it. Let's see. Let's cover some of these comments. Yep. GSP. Scott. Yes. Right there. Yep. That is it. There's only one way to go. That's all you can really do. There you go. That's right. He didn't. He is, he's Eric, you're late to the party, man. I don't think LSU is not it. Was like Jeff said earlier, maybe the Underwood thing maybe made him flip, but we'll see. Back when we started our Whoop board, our predictions and crystal balls, so to speak, we had him predicted to Bama, and I mean, he hadn't signed a piece of paper yet. So when he does at Bama, I'm not bragging, we'll be right again. I wonder where Jeff went run off to. It's kind of hard to come up with content without Jeff. But no, I think, when he gets back, we're going to talk about the Oklahoma game just a little bit. You know what, Jay Bake? I'm going to say this. There's 2 coaches in the last, 2 coaches in the last, I'm going to say 10 to 12 years, maybe 10 to 15 years, that I think are the best. They produce the best quarterbacks. They're the best quarterback coach. And one of them's Lincoln Riley, and the other one was Dan Mullen. And a lot of people don't agree with me, but Dan Mullen really never had a bad quarterback. So we're going to see. we're gonna see. I like Lincoln Riley as long as he's not at, USC. But no. While we're waiting on Jeffrey to get back, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? Are you staying at home? You traveling? You going to Waffle House, Golden Corral, Cracker Barrel? That's what we want to know. What's everybody doing? And while we're working, Eric, I feel that I don't have to work, but I do on Friday. And while we're waiting, Bill is, he's been MIA for the last few shows. Bill has actually got deployed right before Thanksgiving. His unit got deployed, and he will be gone, a few weeks. Not really sure. Don't know if he'll be back before Christmas, but he is sorely missed. And when I say sorely, he's a pain in our ass, but we love him. Cotton is out of town visiting his mother for Thanksgiving. So he'll be back next week. But let's see. I got some notes somewhere here. We're very ill prepared, guys. Let's see. Let's see what we got. And we do know it is. It definitely is. And it is rivalry. I can't even talk. Rivalry week. And there's a lot of good games. I say good games, but some of them probably going to be blowouts. That's what I thought. Are you stealing all his Christmas decorations? Because every time we talk to him, that's what he says. He's, I'm decorating Christmas decorations. But other than Bama and Auburn, other than the Iron Bowl, which games everybody looking forward to this week? What are you looking? Who are you looking to see get just completely obliterated? Now, you're right. They could pull it off. I mean, Texas hasn't really played anybody to prove themselves. So they could pull it off. As much as we think, we say, Georgia Tech's good. I think Georgia's gonna sweep the floor with them. That's Miami, Syracuse. You might be surprised at who some of us picked with our picks tonight on that one. What we got? Clemson and South Carolina. Eric, I'm going to go on and tell you, I think South Carolina's going to blow Clemson out of the water. Oh, I hope so. I hope they do. I hope USC does upset Notre Dame. So does Bill. Rick, as far as upsets to get in, I don't really think they need many upsets. I think they need to win. And like I say, they win and maybe one upset, and I think they'll get in. I feel like the committee wants them to get in, but they've got to show them the way in. And it's like I told the guys last night. Cotton, he made a tweet about them sitting at 13 and they're going to slip in. If you ask most of the Bama fans, they're going to say, you know what? Bama doesn't deserve to be in because of the way they played, but what happens if they do get in? And what happens if they run the table and win the national championship? Then what are they going to say? They're going to say, well, it doesn't count because they didn't deserve to be in. You know, is that what people will say? Because they hate Bama. They hate anything to do with Bama. So we're gonna have to see. I don't think, Lance. I don't think there needs to be a lot of chaos. I think one upset and a solid win over Auburn, and they get in. There's a possibility. I saw somebody, Eric, said, he thinks Boise State loses to California. And I was telling a guy at work today that Boise State, they're good, but everybody's got that loss in them they're not supposed to lose, and this might be it this week. So, let's see. What have we got here? Is SMU playing Cal? Is that who's playing? I hadn't even looked at the. Let's see. But let's see. You say this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Tulane's a better team than Boise State, and that's just me. I may be wrong, but I feel like they're a better team.
Sorry about that.
Oh, look!
Yeah.
Hey, Ray's here.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I had some chores I had to do.
I've been improvising, and I did an
fault.
interpretive dance for everyone.
My fault. Did you hear? I did hear you say, "Do you think Tulane's better than Boise State?"
I did. I do think they are.
As you know, I'm a big Boise State guy, but I don't know. They got a pretty decent quarterback. Obviously, the running back is the key to that offense.
Oh yeah, I think so. Let's see. Well, now that you're back, and we're going to move on from recruiting, do we want to touch on last week's game at all?
I mean,
because as much as I support our entire coaching staff, and I try to stand behind them, and I have fought for Womack. Oklahoma beat us without an offensive coordinator. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to leave that on the table, and you do with what you want.
What that was Saturday was it was just a complete abomination. Let's hope that's the last one of those we ever see under this regime. I honestly don't know what Sheridan's future is. Is this a major Applewhite hire?
I don't know. Maybe. Hey, how about this?
His first year, and he got Applewhite, who was no good, and he punted him after the first year.
But
somebody he really wanted.
Look, just here's the thing.
Eric, good call. You're not wrong.
He's right. Here's the thing. As much as people are hating on Sheridan right now, it's like I told you earlier before we went on. Is he calling plays that's in the? How do I put this? Is he calling plays that he knows that Milroe's capable of running, or does he suck? Does he suck as a play caller? Because
Could be a little of both.
I mean,
that's a hard league to learn in. That's a hard league to cut your teeth in.
And everybody, I hear them screaming about the RPOs, but when we do run them, Milroe pulls the ball from the running back.
Just about every time.
Yep.
Usually when he does give it to the running back, they get blown up. Although Justice Haynes had 3 carries for 18 yards. That's 6 yards a carry.
Yeah.
And they never used him again.
Never did.
Milroe never fed him. Whatever the call, maybe the calls were in there, and Jalen kept them all.
Yep.
But Jalen's got a weird habit of running sideways and backwards.
Yes. North and south.
When he plays LSU, it all lines up.
North and south. That's the way the football moves, north and south. Not east and west.
But, I mean, there were at least twice in that game where he lost first downs because he was running the wrong way. That one, if he just falls down, it's a first down. And he ran the other way and wound up losing a yard.
Yep.
But here's the thing. It's the 4-2-5, but we have 3 down linemen and 8 in zone, or 8 off the line, 8 standing up, 3 down, 8 standing up. And Jackson Arnold just jogged for 150 yards rushing, or 125 yards rushing. He wasn't
without an offensive coordinator. What the boys? No, and that's what I said earlier, Lance. DeBoer's coaching with kids that he did not recruit for his system. So people have got to give him a little bit of leniency here, because I think he's going to put it in place over this, the next 2 years of recruiting.
Yes,
you can't.
I would agree. But DeBoer's got to. He can't just be, the shucks, golly gee, ho hum, nice Mr. Nice Guy. Just because it's year one. It's not year one anymore. This is 11 games into it. He's not, tiptoeing around. I don't want to say anything to fracture. I think we're almost approaching a year now. It's like, okay, this is the guy. You're either in or out. And if you're out, you're out. Jaheim Otis said, "I quit. I'm quitting. I'm quitting on the team. I'm not getting what I think I deserve. I quit." That's a great attitude to have.
I quit. You know what?
Grind out and get better.
I
just quit.
I quit.
That's it. Out. Quit. I should be running more plays. Quit. What the hell are you doing?
I quit.
Oh, that's it.
That's it. I quit. Let's see. What do we got here?
As much as I think I should.
There you go. He's gone. He's out. He quit.
That's the new mind. That's the new deal. Give them all the money up front, and then they don't check the boxes they think should be checked. Let them go.
I think this is a good comment, because we don't have enough push up front on the defensive line.
Not even close.
But give it time.
Yes, Jay
how
Walker.
many? What? Yeah, I'm not sure, Jeff. What class is most of our defensive linemen in? We don't have any upperclassmen, do we?
Maybe one.
Yeah, it's Overton. What is he? A sophomore?
Junior.
Overton's
okay. Junior.
Is he? Okay.
I think with Damon Payne Jr. is he a sophomore?
I don't know.
Junior. Tim Keenan's a senior.
Very unprepared.
I think Tim Smith's a senior. I think Smith and Keenan are seniors. I know Tim Smith's a senior. I think Tim Keenan's a senior too.
Yes.
I mean,
yes, right there.
Goes with Jay Walker's comment too. This offseason was completely upside down.
Yeah.
For him, and for the team, for everything. So this will be his first normal offseason where he's got his normal routine. He's not house hunting. He's not meeting the team. He's not learning his team.
Yes.
He's not figuring out meeting high school coaches anymore. He knows all these things. He's already done all this stuff. So now it's just about growing it now and developing it his way. And I think he will. Yeah. But we just can't, people are turning on him after 11 before he even finishes his first season.
Yeah.
Granted, our losses have been ugly. Yes, they have been ugly. There's no excuse in that. Oklahoma was inexcusable. Completely inexcusable.
Yep.
And his answers afterwards, and even on the Monday conference, were just as much fluff as the game was.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got to be down with this dude, and he's gonna be fine. We just got to get through this initial first year stuff, And there's been a lot of success stories in year one. Larry Coker, even old Gutsy Poo. He had a great first year with a team that was nowhere near the offense he ran.
Yep.
So it's happened before, but I'm telling you, the handicap is at QB1. They're limited.
It is. And a lot of people don't like you. Not supposed to say that, but
and the receivers are falling off. Outside Ryan Williams, there's no explosiveness there.
None. No. Well,
or there might be. We just can't.
There might be, but we can't get anything to connect. I just, let's get through this. Let's salvage what's left of the season. Because the wins we do have, some of them were sloppy wins, but the one, the LSU win, the Georgia win, we dominated the first half of Georgia. Dominated.
Yeah.
And, and then we shut Missouri. Didn't we shut Missouri out?
We did.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, Eli Drinkwitz, that's a playoff Missouri team.
We shut out the Eli Drinkwitz that was cussing Mississippi State out this week.
Lance is on to something here. Lance is on to
something
he
is.
Here. For whatever reason, Kendrick Law, just they can't figure it. This is two completely separate staffs having the same problem with K Law. They don't know how to use them other than jet sweeps. So Lance may be on to something. Stick him at safety and let him start.
Brian, you're a little late to the show, but we think Haywood's out. I think he's out.
It's looking like
what J Bake say? Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Next season we may have Roll Tide Willie on the sidelines.
I mean, there's going to be I think the staff's going to look different next year. There's going to be some things that look different next year, I think.
Yep.
I think this is a year one staff. I don't know where. I don't know what positions what staff positions are going to be different. I mean, for all I know, none of them will be. But I got a feeling that this is not the staff that DeBoer is.
He had to.
3 years.
The thing is, when Grubb backed out, he had to scramble to get an OC.
Yeah, and Grubb was standing at the podium saying, "I'm your OC."
Let's see this right here, Brian. Let me cover this. What is it? Is it a 6-year show clause?
He can't
so
do anything.
The thing is, he can't do anything.
I don't even know if he could be a defensive analyst.
No, if you hire him, you have to hire him. The university has to hire him, and he cannot do anything with the athletic program for a full year. And then he can be put on the sidelines. But this coming up season will start year number 4 in that show clause, I believe, or year number 5. I think maybe year number 4.
I think 4. I don't remember it being that.
Yeah, I can't remember when because it was a 6-year, and I think everybody was like, "Hey, let's get him back." In beginning of Saban's last season, so. I said it earlier, Jay Bake, Lincoln Riley. I think, like I said, him and Dan Mullins, they're the
for OC. You mean?
Yeah, for OC, but they produce quality quarterbacks. Let's be real.
You can be a good OC and a bad coach. It's happened before.
There it is. There's your answer right there for Pruitt coming back.
There you go.
That's it.
Which I think he'll be back. I don't know if it'll be at Alabama, but he'll be back somewhere when all that dust settles. He'll be back. He's too good a coach to.
Yeah.
But when you take the Tennessee job, maybe it's different now, but at the time he took that job.
Yeah.
I mean, he should have run from that. I mean, it's not worth just to get a head coach job in the SEC, in my opinion, to go work at Tennessee. at the time he went. I mean, I've since he obviously asked for my advice before he did that, I would have said, "It's a better job staying a defensive coordinator for Nick Saban."
Yeah. I mean, let's see.
That's right. I mean, there's a reason why Kendrick Law doesn't get the ball all the time.
Yep.
Why is that? I don't know.
Nobody knows.
Nick Saban couldn't figure it out.
Nobody knows.
Even DeBoer couldn't figure it out.
No.
There's something.
Not
There's
at all.
something there why he's not more utilized. But
Hey, there's
Henderson, number one running back in the state. They moved him a receiver immediately. And
while we got 245 of you in here watching, we're 47 minutes in. You guys know what to do. Tell your friends. Go over to YouTube, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Find us on X and retweet. You know, right there on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and notification bell. We need all the help we can get.
Please, please.
We need it. We need it. We need it.
Y'all tune in on December 8th, too.
Yes.
For our live reaction show. That'll be the college football, the 12-team selection show. We'll be live on, imagine ESPN, but we'll also be simulcasting here with our live reactions as well. We're going to have some guests on the show that night, too.
We hope so. We paid a lot of money for
a lot of money, right, for these guys. I hope they show up.
Yeah, we've been writing checks, buddy. Well, you know, the elephant in the room is this week's upcoming game against the Auburn Tigers.
I'm telling you,
what do you think after their? Well, how many overtimes did they play last week? 4. What do you think after that 4 overtime win? Do you think they got anything for Bama, or does it depend on what team shows up?
It's so fitting how that game ended with the Texas A&M guy dropping an easy catch for the time 2-point conversion. Like that voodoo doll's hand got in the way and knocked it out of there. But Jarquez Hunter terrifies me. If they give him the ball, they should give him the ball 35, 40 carries and just run straight downhill at us all night. Because we've shown zero ability to see how an offense is playing us, adapt to it, adjust to counter what they're doing. Oklahoma was the perfect example of a guy jogging for 120-something yards. Jogging. He wasn't streaking down the field like Millie was versus LSU. You know, he wasn't one cut and he's at top speed and outrunning everybody. No. He was jogging around the end and there was nobody there, and he would just jog for another 10 yards and down he'd go. I mean, it was all night. And did we adjust it to anything? No. We were in the second half with 3 down linemen, 8 guys standing up, same play. Yards.
Yeah.
They had 200 rushing yards at halftime, for crying out loud. Make an adjustment. Do something.
Yes.
Do something. Losing and losing hurts too, but try something. Like, even try to win the game.
You know, Zachary's comment here, there has been a lot of smack talking this week.
I mean, but what does that say? This 5-6 team is so confident to go on national TV, knowing that this is going to be broadcast all over the Alabama locker room, and care nothing about calling Bama out.
But you know, the thing is, I mean that's happened. I think that's happened for years, but I think now that with social media and the multiple media outlets reporting things, I think it's more known now. You know, why can't they do like they did back in the 80s and, you know, call the opposing players' hotel rooms at 2 and 3 in the morning and keep them up all night? Who was it? Was that Oklahoma and Miami or no?
Yeah,
when they played for the Natty? Yeah.
Yeah, they were calling Bosworth's room.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember that. Or when the Bulls played the Jazz, those guys put crap in the pizza that Jordan got, and he got food poisoning.
Yep. There you go.
This is something here, because I'm with James here. Like, just try something. Try something to spark something to
You have
Maybe
to.
that'll help if they're communicating directly and they can together look at what they see.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know if that's the answer or not. I don't know with what Grubb did. I don't know if that's a DeBoer thing.
I have always been against coordinators being in the booth. I'm sorry. I've never cared for it.
The QB coach.
Yes.
I think if you're the QB coach, you got to be down there, and when they come off the field, you got to be right there, like talking to them.
Yep. But you know who you put in? You know who you put in the box? Analyst.
Bingo.
Yes, because they can call down and say, hey, you know, on this last drive we saw this. You know.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But got to try something just to shake something up. It's like you keep pounding your head against the wall, thinking the door's, thinking the door's going to open.
Yeah.
You know, it's like try something. That's why I was so aggravated Saturday. It's like he wasn't trying anything. It's like nothing was working. We were just doing the same things over and over and over and over and over again.
Right.
And it wasn't working. I was like, try to win the game.
Yep.
But I didn't feel like he even tried to win the game.
No, and you know, and look, there were mistakes made, and I'll admit, on offense, on defense, some of the play calling, it was everywhere. But you know what? I got reamed about that third interception that was thrown, saying, you know, he should have pulled that ball and took the sack instead of throwing it blindly to keep from taking the sack.
Was that the pick six? Or the other
I think the second interception was a pick six, but I can't remember. I was so frustrated.
That was the one that Prentice decided he didn't want to block his.
No, that was the first one. Is the one Prentice didn't block on.
Okay.
The third one is whenever he got bunched up in the pocket and was going down for sack, and he just kind of,
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I like Jamarcus Shepard, but all that hooping and yelling and jumping around and all that flim flam hadn't made any of these receivers any good.
I'm not gonna post Bake's comment because I think that's against the law, but it's a good one. If anybody wants to make some money and you're in Birmingham, contact Jay Bake. Yep. He'll get you hooked up.
I like Jamarcus Shepard, man. I love his energy, but he has. The receivers are dog poop outside of Hollywood. Yes. Jeremy Bernard's a good player, but he doesn't jump off the screen. He hasn't elevated his game to NFL level.
No.
If not for Ryan Williams, Prentice has 6 catches all year. That's it. Outside of Hollywood, the receivers have been duds.
Yep.
Maybe Jalen Hill will change that next year, and Latsier Brooks.
Maybe, but are they the thing? Yeah, I haven't done, and that's the thing. That's what I love. That's what I hate. Bill's doing a good thing, but I hate missing him because Bill, he can do research. He will find. He is the research guy. I would like to see how many times each receiver's been targeted. Per. I say that you can't say. Well, this receiver is targeted 10 times. Well, and this one was only 3. Well, how many games did they, how many snaps were they in for? But I think give it this year. Let's get through it. Like I said, let's get through it. You see Jay Bake's comment?
Prank caller.
Yep. But let's salvage what's left of the season. And you know what? Regardless of what happens, the sun's going to come up every morning, and we're still going to put that A on.
Look at me, everyone. We are making the playoffs. Get it in your head. We're going to win Saturday. Stuff's going to hit the fan, and we're getting in the playoffs with 3 losses. You heard it right.
Somehow it'll be us and South Carolina make it. Oh, man. If we do, I hope we run the table.
Somehow, some way, they put us at 13 exactly for that reason. Where one slip-up there, and we handle it. Now, if we go out and tank and Pike versus Auburn and lose at home against a 5-6 Auburn team, then don't talk to me ever about playoffs. Obviously, with 4 losses, that would be off the table. But with all you need to do is win against a 500 team and a sub 500 team to get in the playoffs. They better freaking win one of these 2 games.
Yes.
Right. That's what I'm afraid of, Lance, is that it's going to be the Jarquez Hunter show getting 30 carries for 250 yards unless Hung Freege comes out and tries to Peyton Thorne us to death.
Hopefully that won't happen.
I have no idea what to expect. If in Saban's years, the games in Bryant-Denny were never really close. Other than, was that 14? Was that the Blake Sims shootout game?
Was it 14?
I think that was 14.
See, my mind. Look, I'm old. My mind's gone, man.
Blake Sims was QB1 in 14, and that was the 55-44 game that Sammy Coates and Amari Cooper put on a show that night.
Man, talking to Iron Bowl, I saw something the other night that we haven't played that many games at Bryant-Denny for the Iron Bowl.
Mm-mm.
What is it? It's only been like, 6 or 7? If that many?
No, because we started playing them in late 90s.
I think it was later than that.
It was pre-Saban.
It was pre-Saban, but he came in 17 though. Let's see. Let me look. Keep everybody entertained. I'm gonna do some research.
Because we played in Bryant-Denny in 2001. That was that 9-0 sleep game with Andrew Zhao.
1990.
That was 2000, I meant.
Let's see.
I believe that was 2000. Was that 9-0 game? Justin Jefferson, Lance, he didn't wow me when he came in for Lawson Saturday. Now, granted, he got thrown in the mix, but you're supposed to be ready to go. 1, 2, 3 deeps are all supposed to be ready to go at the drop of the hat. But he didn't. I know that's Cotton's boy. That's his big. He loves him some Justin Jefferson, which is a good player too. But he got put in a tough spot Saturday and did not respond extremely well. But then again, nobody on the defense really did. Yeah, it was at Jordan Hare in 89, and then went back to Legion Field in like 90, 91.
Well, the last
1998,
they moved to.
Yes, because Bryant-Denny had
permanently started at Bryant-Denny in 2000. So it's been
because they built the second deck, so they could fit more than Legion Field then.
Yeah, that's insane, man.
And then Saban got there and said, "We're not playing Legion Field anymore. We're not doing that." Well, we have a contract. You didn't hear what I said. We will not be playing in that stadium anymore. Whatever you got to do.
I went back just last week. I can't remember what day it was. I should have called you for lunch. I had to go to Birmingham.
Should have.
And it is a man. That whole place around us a crap hole.
That's it. See, Tim is like my encyclopedia guy. When we were talking about the Tyler Watts backward pass in 02 versus Oklahoma, he remembered that game. He remembers the sleet game. That was in 2000. That's right.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was 2000, 2001, but yeah, 2000, the sleet game, the miserable friggin' sleet game, because that was Duboz's last game. He got fired and finished out the season. He didn't get fired. He resigned after we lost to Dante Culpepper in Central Florida in Bryant-Denny Stadium, because I was at that game too. Legion Field's the worst thing I've ever been in, so I'd have to put that. That was actually the first Alabama game I ever went to in person was at that stadium. It was very cold that night. It was the 92 SEC championship game versus Florida. The Antonio Langham game.
All right. Well, look, it's getting late. We've been on an hour. You want to move on to picks real quick?
We can move on to picks.
I'm getting sleepy. Sleepy. Allied People Stadium.
Is that Mobile?
Yes.
Is that where USA plays?
Yeah, used to.
Okay.
They built Hancock Whitney. Let's get on to these picks.
Oh, South's got a new stadium?
Yeah, they built Hancock
cool.
Whitney several years ago, and it's nice.
Oh, okay.
That's where they moved the Senior Bowl to and everything.
Gotcha. Yeah, I noticed that. I know there's a lot of weird stuff Saturday, Lance. There's a lot of weird stuff. Oh, good idea, Tim. Because that would have been miserable, and then to lose that game 9-0, that would have been even worse. Funny story about that game. I was traveling that day, the day of the Iron Bowl. I was traveling home, and I was in airports all day. And I specifically stayed out. This was before smartphones, and you could look on an app and check the scores and get alerts and all that stuff. So I specifically stayed out of all restaurants in the airports. I was in 2 airports that day. Stayed out of all restaurants. Stayed away from all TVs. Stayed off the radio. Listened to my headphones with my CDs instead of the radio. Stayed off of everything. Told my mom when she picked me up from the airport, don't tell me the score of the game. I got it recorded on my VCR. It was a VCR at the time. Had the game recorded. Got home, went in the house, dropped my luggage, turned on the TV. And as I was turned on the TV, this is how old this was. I was waiting for the TV to warm up so I could turn on the VCR and hit play. And as the TV was warming up, it was on WSFA, which is the news channel. It was the last channel I watched before I turned it off. And as the TV was warming up, I could hear the volume, and I could hear Jim Fife saying, Auburn has won 9-0 and the Iron Bowl, whatever. So all that whole day of traveling I did and avoiding the score, I got blown.
All right, here we go. All right, we're going to get right on to it. We're not going to talk about times or spreads. Mississippi State and Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. I'm rolling with Ole Miss, too. Georgia Tech at Georgia.
Bulldogs.
That's me. I'm rolling with the Bulldogs. I don't think Tech's got it. Michigan at Ohio State University.
Buckeyes.
I'm going with the Buckeyes, too. Tennessee at Vanderbilt. I'll tell you this, Bill picked Tennessee, Cotton picked Vanderbilt. And I'm rolling with Vandy.
Can't do it.
You going with Tennessee?
Go with the Vials. Oh, that kills me too, because I want Vandy to win big time. That we need Vandy to win that game big time. I just don't see it.
South Carolina at Clemson.
Clemson.
Clemson? All right, the rest.
That's in Death Valley, right?
It is, but the rest of us rolling with South Carolina. By the way, Jeff is winning with the picks this season. I don't have the exact count, but he's ahead. Wow. Notre Dame at USC.
The Irish.
The Irish. I'm going with USC. I think it's going to be an upset.
I can see that.
Miami at Syracuse.
Give me the U. The U's going to finish at 11-1 regular season.
I'm going with Syracuse. Everybody else went with Syracuse. Arkansas at Missouri.
God. Mizzou.
Everybody else went with Mizzou. I'm going with Mizzou. Texas at A&M.
I think the Aggies are going to pull that one off. They've been focused on them for 2 weeks.
Yep, I'm going with A&M.
That was apparent Saturday. Even the coach said Texas, and he was like, I promise you, we're focused only on Texas. Yep. I mean Auburn. Yep. I mean Auburn.
Yeah.
That's great.
Everybody else went with Texas. Me and Jeff with TAMU. Louisville at University of Kentucky.
Ooh, I'm going to go Louisville on the road.
Louisville on the road. I'm going with Louisville. The other guys went with Louisville. University of Florida at Florida State University.
See, now, clearly Florida is playing better. Lagway's announced his arrival. It's obvious he's a baller. And can't you totally see Florida State winning this game?
You going? Well, who are you going with?
Ah, it's so easy. I got to pick Florida because it's so easy. But this is one of those where.
Well, the rest of us went with Florida, so it'll be a wash if they lose.
But, if you turned on Saturday night and Florida State won 24-21, you wouldn't be the least bit surprised. You'd be like,
no.
I'll be damned.
Look at this. Oklahoma at LSU. It is a night game, indefinitely.
Yeah, I'm going Tigers.
Yep. I'm taking LSU, and the elephant in the room, Auburn at Bama.
I'm never picking against Bama, so.
All right, there you go. Well, I hate to bring it to you, but this week I'm taking Alabama. I'm taking Alabama. Going with Bama for the win. Everybody, thanks for tuning in tonight. Hey, sorry we're cutting it short. We're shortening it quick. We're shutting it. We're shutting it down. I'm sleepy.
I is sleeper.
Oh, I'm tired, boss.
Thanks everyone in the chat for hanging with us. Definitely. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for participating. Y'all make the show fun. Otherwise, it'd just be me and Chris.
We only do it for you guys. The only reason we do it is for you guys. That's it.
The fact y'all come hang out with us and give us stuff to talk about and razzle.
And don't forget, I hadn't pushed it. None of us pushed it, but we got all of our beef straightened out with YouTube. You can subscribe to a membership. You have to do it you can't do it from the YouTube app. You have to do it on the web browser, but you can. We got some subscribers already, but if you want to help us out a little bit, keep this thing going, feel free. But until next time, like Cotton always tells you, say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands, brush your teeth. Horns down.
Horns down.
Horns down.
Auburn. Beat Auburn.
LSU and Tennessee too.
Saturday.
Not this year. Not Tennessee this year, but
Saturday.
Beep. Beep. Guys, have a good Thanksgiving and roll tide.
Happy Thanksgiving.